So, what we're doing today, kind of been on a, I guess you could say, interior improvements on the K10. You can see the carpet is gone. So that's what we're going to do is put some carpet in it and a rear carpet pad. I bought a new front pad to put in it, but the vehicle I got the carpet out of, I got this rear pad. It's in pretty good shape. It's got a few spots on it where it's kind of ripped, but I can duct tape that back together. Once it's in place, it'll be fine. I don't think they all came with this pad, because it doesn't look like this one ever had it in it. And then this carpet, it's not, I guess that goes with that. This carpet's not perfect, but it's not bad. Yeah, I think it's a replacement pad. See, it's not great. It's messed up here and along in here, but it's in one piece. Well, it's got a rip there. I don't remember how much I paid for it. It was like $5. But it's better than what's in it. I don't care if it's pretty or not, but I think it's a replacement pad. See? $425.98, 88, something like that. But I guess that's better than what's in it. Gotta clean up the interior. See? No carpet. You know, it's completely gone over here. So it'll be better than what's in it. Might see if I can clean this one up a little more. But anyway, we'll have to pull the kick panels off right here. These step panels, whatever. Pull those off and take the seat out and the shifter console and get all the junk out of it. But anyway, let's see how it goes. Alright, so this is progress so far. And look at all the junk that was under the seat. Oh, not the nut drivers, but most of the stuff's from previous owner. Hey, looks like a good lighter. Another good lighter. Some Rain-X tape. I don't know. And trash and markers and a medical bill from previous owner. Tire wraps. Don't know what that is. Some sockets. It's a speaker wire for back speakers. Bunch of change. Anyway, so the carpet's out. Still got the padding in. I will probably at least try to save this top, the part that goes over the transmission tunnel. Like I said, I do have a new pad for it, It doesn't have the, it's just the jute pad or whatever, this right here. It's not the, I don't know what this is. It's like, it's almost like tar paper. I don't have that part of it, so I may try to save that. It wouldn't hurt to have it doubled over on the transmission tunnel, because it does get pretty hot. And I think the carpet will still fit fine with both of them. But over here it's pretty much shot, so I'll probably try to cut it along here, and I may just leave this on, not try to take it off, because it will destroy it. You know, this is so brittle it would come apart. So I'll probably try to cut it and separate it, because I need to get to this floorboard. I've got some rust I need to deal with here. This floor has been leaking over here, and so there's some rust in this floor. You can see where it's wet. It's got this plastic that's just kept it wet, and I need to figure out where it's coming from. I just resealed the windshield seal a few minutes ago, so it could have been coming from there. It's also possible it's coming from the vent. Right here. Could be coming from down in here. You can see, oh, good stuff there. But you can see where I just used some of that thin windshield seal stuff and laid in there, because I think it had been leaking a little bit there, but that's definitely not the full source of where all this came from. There's also where it pulls out, there's a vent in this kick panel here that could be leaking, so we'll try to probably pop all this off, see if I can get to that seal and reseal it. So let me go ahead and get all this trash out of here, pick up the change and all that. I need to get a trash bin. Then I'll have to get the vacuum and start vacuuming some of this stuff out, and then cut this pad out and pull all this out of the floorboard. I may vacuum up the driver's side, see what it looks like. If it's together, I mean, if there's no rust in the driver's side, I may just leave the pad down here too. It's completely in two right here, but there is some pad left. I don't know, it's probably not worth messing with. Probably should just go ahead and pull it out. But I think the driver's side floor is probably okay, which leads me to believe that it's probably that vent and that kick panel over there that's been leaking, because it seems like they all leak on the passenger side, and that vent's not on the driver's side. So, but you can see all this. I mean, this thing had a rough life. Lots of mud. Not for me, but you can see all that just caked into the floor. So we'll pull all that out and get all this change. I bet I got a couple dollars worth of change in the floor. I'll pull out, probably pay for what I paid for the carpet. So let's get all that out. I'm going to clean up all this back here and probably spray it with undercoating just to help insulate it, sound dampen everything. Some undercoating would really help that out. I've already done the corners when I put these speakers and speaker mounts in. Undercoated the corner, and these are just painted with undercoating. So I'll probably just spray at least this bottom half. This part up here is double walled, but I'll at least spray the bottom while the seat's out, and my my jute pad or whatever, I think that's what they call it, comes up, I think, and covers all this up. So let's get all this cleaned up and we'll see where we go from there. So what starts out to be changing the carpet turns out to be some rust repair. Not too bad. Most of this, all this is still solid, so I'll just get the rust off and we'll go from there. Now the got a little bit of a hole right there. Took the that thing off. See that you can see the blower motor in there. It looks like this has been leaking, you know, because it's got rust all in here and rust coming down. So I think that's been letting water in. That gasket is gone pretty much. I mean, it's, you know, for all purposes it's gone. It was way up here. So we'll goop that real good with some good silicone, and when we put that back in place. So we're gonna have to clean up this and treat it, but it doesn't really look like any holes. All along in here is okay for the most part. Some of this edge is, I don't know if that looks like that hole's supposed to be there. So that's good. Missing a little piece right there. Then we got a hole right here. So I think what I'll do, not much room to work in here. So I'm going to trim out the worst of the rust and then treat it, and then I'll fiberglass it from the back side. That should take care of that. See, it's cracked a little bit here. We'll build it up with fiberglass. That should be good enough. And all that's still solid, so we don't have to worry about any of that. So worse than I thought, but it's actually quite a bit better than the Jimmy was when I did it. And then I'll have to pull the rest of this stuff off because I need to clean this up. But solid, but rusty. Most of this looks okay. Got a little spot that's starting to go right there, but I think I can treat that. So well, let me peel that back and we'll start getting this rust away. Okay, so cut out the rust, just free-handed it. Had a hole over here, so I just cut out until I got some real strong metal. And then I did the same thing over here. Haven't decided yet if I'm gonna try to weld a piece in. I may go ahead and weld a piece in. Just kind of bring it in over the back and weld it from the front. We'll see. Gas tank's over here, so I put a piece of metal so I wouldn't blow through to the tank. We'll see how that comes out. Alright, it's coming along. Went ahead and started on the driver's side just to see what I was in for. Mainly just surface rust, a little bit of pitting and scaling, but no holes, so this ought to be a lot easier. We got some not so good looking stuff down in here. I'll have to get that seam sealer out of there, see what that looks like. And then we got some not so good looking stuff right in here, but I'm just gonna, if there's any holes, I might put some resin cover up the hole, but it's not going to be anything major. Main thing will be, let's see, just a lot of abuse. I don't know. I mean, this thing, neglect, maybe. Yeah. Because all this is just filled with dirt. And of course, if that gets wet, it's going to stay wet for a while, and it just causes rust. So, the floor is still pretty good. It's still got that. I had to peel up most of the. It's a plastic, or yeah, I guess it's plastic liner over it from the factory, and I cut some of it out and peeled it out just to make sure that we're good. The floor's good underneath. That side, it had come up and water had gotten under it. But this side's still good, so I'm not going to peel any more of that up. I'll paint over all this and get the rest of this dirt cleaned up. And then I'll just treat all this rust. And this side will be done. So I think right now it's starting to get kind of late. I think I'm going to go get some fiberglass resin so I can get that fiberglass. So that way it's starting to get late. So I want to get that done. Probably the last thing I do this evening, and that way by in the morning that should all be dry. And I might go ahead and treat this rust. I don't know. I'll do the resin first, fiberglass, and then if I have enough time, I'll go ahead and clean that up enough to put some rust converter, paint some of this stuff on there. Rust reformer. Go ahead and paint some of that on there so that I can, so it'll be ready for me to paint tomorrow. And I can put a coat of rusty metal primer on top of it, and then I can put some of that rubberized undercoating, this stuff. Put some of that on there, and then we'll be ready to put the carpet pad in. Now I didn't, this center hump piece was in such bad shape, I ended up not saving it. Every time I tried to mess with it, a piece broke off of it. Every time I tried to mess around over here working on it, and pieces are just falling off of it. The same on the driver's side. So I ended up just pulling it up. It wasn't worth messing with. Look how pretty of a color this truck was. It's a nice color blue. So my pad I have will cover this, but I might look around. I think I've got some tar paper. I might lay out my pad on a flat surface and cut some tar paper that would that I can lay on top of the pad. I don't know, it might be overkill, but anyway, I'm rambling. Yeah, I'll update y'all. I might not do another update tonight, so I might just update tomorrow. Again, I'm rambling. Alright, last update for the night. You can see my mess down here. I did put down paper. Here we go. What I did was I taped along the back side of the hole that I cut out. And the reason I did cut a hole is I wanted to cut all the really rusty metal out. And that way it'll help prevent the rust from coming back. can see it came along pretty good. What I will have to do, you see it's already starting to set up. What I will have to do is, that'll allow me to go ahead and get the carpet in and all that kind of stuff. And I will go back and fiberglass the back side of it too, just to you know, make it stronger. But that'll get the front side, that'll get it sealed up, and then we'll just have to do the back side. And I'm quitting for tonight. I'm tired. It's probably close to 9 o'clock, so it's been a full day. And in the morning, I'll sand that floor down a little bit and put some of that stuff on it. Then I'll spray it with some of that primer, the rusty metal primer, and then it will get a good coat of rubberized undercoat. And that'll be about it. Then I'll be ready for the pad. A lot bigger job than I had anticipated. So we will gently close the door, leave it like that. Not going to rain tonight or anything. That'll get the interior lights off. We'll let that stay right there, and be a lot easier to clean up once it's dry. And I just get those cheap little dollar brushes, and don't even try to save them. Resin's difficult. So, clean up my mess here and call it a night. And we'll cut this video here. Thanks for watching.